Hey friends, welcome back to Crafter Support. My name is Andrea, and today I'm going to be sharing with you how to make a really cool card using multiple pieces of cardstock and kind of using some fun shapes. So the first thing we need to do is we need to pick out 3 different designed paper. So if you have like leftover paper laying around, paper scraps, the size that you need is 3 pieces at 4 by 5 1/4. So if you can find some in your scraps, I unfortunately don't have any scraps right now for this color or this one, so I need to use the 12 by 12 pieces, but that's fine. We can cut these up. Then we're going to need some paper for our card base and for another layer that's going to be going on our card. So the first thing we need to do is cut all of these by 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And if you're not familiar, if you do not have a paper trimmer, I will link this one down below. There are all sorts of paper trimmers out there. This one is obviously one of my favorites. It's one that I use with my Stampin' Up! Product. It is a Stampin' Up! Tool. This is not Stampin' Up! Paper. This is Echo Park paper that I'm trying to use up. So that way there, when my new shipment of Designer Series paper comes in, I will have room for all of it. So again, we're going to cut this at 4 by 5 1/4. So we're going to have to think about the size. Actually, you know what? When you have a design that goes like one particular way, you need to make sure when you're cutting it that you're cutting it with the design going the way you want it to go. So I want it to go this way. All right, so I'm going to cut it at 4 by 5 1/4. And actually I'm going to do it this way. By 5 1/4. And guys, I'll have the instructions all written down below for you. So we have our first piece cut. And now this one, I want to do the 4 on this direction. So design paper can be confusing when you're making sure you have the design going the right way, depending on where you're placing it on your project. By 5 1/4. Okay. And then our third piece. And the other thing I do is to save on cutting like the paper is I always cut my smallest size first if I know that I have the longest side available. So like this was a 12 by 12 piece of paper. When I cut it, I'm cutting it at the 4 because I know that I have that 5 1/4 inch available whenever I turn the paper. I hope that makes sense. If it didn't make sense, it just saves a ton on cutting your paper. Just ask questions and I will do, I'll explain it more. Okay, so we have all 3 of our pieces of paper here. Now we're not done with these, so we're going to set that aside. And here we need to cut our card base. So our card base is going to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and we have an regular piece of paper at, this is basic white from Stampin' Up! And we need to cut it in half. So, okay, so we're going to cut this piece at 5 1/2. And that is cutting this paper. You're going to get 2 bases, basically. You get 2 pieces. And then we're going to cut this piece down even more. So we have our paper. And then we're just going to go ahead and score it at 4 1/4. So on your widest ends, you're going to score at 4 1/4. And this is going to be your card base. Okay. So this piece is your card that these are going to go onto, but in a fun way. Okay, so we can put that aside. And now we need to cut a piece at 4 by 5 1/4. So we're going to cut it at 4, the same size as the pieces that the 3 pieces that we cut. And again, this will all be marked down below. So by 5 1/4. So basically we're doing pretty much everything on this tool. We don't need another tool for this. Okay, now this is where I want you guys to kind of use your imagination and decide how you want to cut yours. So this trimmer can cut through 3 pieces of paper. All right, well, depending on the thickness of the paper, but the Designer Series paper from Stampin' Up, it can cut through 3 layers, and through the Echo Park paper, it can cut through 3 layers. Now, what I want to do is I want to make like sort of triangles, but not definite triangles, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to make sure my paper is all lined up together nicely, because we want it all to match once we put it on this piece here, this layer. So I'm going to keep them together. I'm going to turn my paper, and I'm just going to kind of guess where I want to cut them. Okay, and then we're going to hold them down. So the nice thing about this trimmer is it has a like little bar here that your fingers can like really press down on, and you're not anywhere near the blade. So I did have to push a little bit, but look how nicely it cut through all 3 of those pieces. Okay, so I cut that piece. Now I want to turn it, and I want to cut this way, keeping all of those pieces together, making sure they don't move, and I'm just going to cut like that. So then we have this piece, and now we have this piece. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to make like a little set up here, because you can get 3 cards out of this. Okay, so we're going to do that. And then we're going to put this piece on here, and this piece on here, and this piece here. So do you see how I'm layering them? And then this piece is going to go here, and this piece here, and this piece here. So they're going to layer just like this on the front of this panel. So I'm doing one for the video, but you guys can see you could pick any design, any setup that you like. And I think I'm going to do this one just because it's the first one. And I'm just going to keep these together so I can make more after I shut the camera off. So I'm going to pick these up, keeping them together, because then I'll know that it all fits perfectly. And we're going to start placing all of our images. So it's just going to look like this. We're going to butt them up against each other, and that is going to be your card base, just like this. So we can use our Stampin' seal, or we can use our glue, whatever we want to use, as long as we're getting it lined up properly, because if it gets a little wonky, you'll be able to just see the white lines through, and we don't really want to do that. We want them to be right up against each other. So I'm going to use my Stampin' seal. You can use glue. You can use whatever you like to use as your adhesive. So how I like to do it is I like to push with my hand at the top edge and line it up like that. So I put that piece on. All right, and then I'm going to put this piece. Now you could do this however you like. If you just wanted to line your double-sided adhesive or your glue over this and then put it together, you could do that as well. I like to do individual pieces just because I feel like I have more control. But if you're like really good at lining stuff up, you could for sure do that. I am not. Okay, I gotta get that off there. It'll be very sticky. This is very, very sticky. Okay, so now we have something to like kind of edge it against and press it there. And then put this here. And it goes up against. Whoa, you got to make sure you have the right angle because I turned it. Okay, just like this. So I'm going to press it down in and make sure that I have it right where I need it. There. So now it looks like it's all one piece of paper, but it just looks so pretty like this. You know what? Do you guys want me to do another one? I can do another one because they're super fast. Like, well, let's just finish this card and then you guys can like if we have time, we'll make another one. So then all we have to do is put adhesive on the back of this. And we're going to have a 1/4 of an inch border all the way around. That's like my favorite way to do this, and it's crooked, but we're good, right? We know what we're doing. Okay, and then I wanted to put a stamp on here. So the stamp I wanted to put on here is thank you, because I do have a lot of thank you cards I need to get out. And I just got this stamp set from, I think this was the Echo Park card kit. And so I'm just going to use this because although it was a weird card kit, it's still a really cute stamp set. So let me get my Stampin' blocks out. And I probably should have pre-picked. That was not lined up at all, was it? Okay, so how I line up my stamps is I lay them on my mat here, and I just use the 1/4 of an inch marks to line everything up, and then press down, and it's ready to go. Let's use, I think I need like a pink, or let's use Lovely Lipstick, or you know what? I really like Melon Mambo. Let's use Melon Mambo. Okay, because I think this will match nicely. I do like the stamps from Echo Park. I found that they do a really good job. It's like when you like to get the impressions from them. So I'm going to put thank you in here, kind of towards the top, but not all the way to the top. I'm just lining it up here. Okay, and then I'm going to press down. And try not to rock your stamp set, like your stamp. Just like press straight down, hold onto your paper and lift straight up. Oh, that looks good. And then just use something to clean it off. If you have like the baby wipes that have like they're alcohol free, you can use those. I just have this little chamois here that came with my glass mat for my Stampin' Up stuff. And I just wipe it off, and then we can put it back where it belongs. But look how simple and cute that was to make a card. And you could do this with any designs, any pieces of paper that you have laying around. Just make sure that all 3 cards are cut at the same size, which is the 4 by 5 1/4. And they look so cute. So let's just make one more because that was really fast. I do need to cut another card base, which we can do that pretty quickly. Pull this here. Actually, we should have a piece just about ready for that. So guys, how has it been for you guys? Are you enjoying the videos? Like, I know I ask that a lot, but I'm just very curious. Let me grab some more of my white paper. Okay. So we need one more piece, cut it 4 by 5 1/4. So I know again that I have the 5 1/4 length. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the 4 inches. And then I'll cut my 5 1/4. Move my trimmer here. And then we will do the exact same thing. We'll line everything up. We could even like flip the cards over if we wanted to. I mean, I don't really like that, so I'm going to use this side. But we're going to do the same exact thing. We're going to put our adhesive on. And like I said, how I do it is I go at an angle. And then I just make sure that I'm butted up against the bottom and the sides. Just like so. And then this one. The smallest piece is the piece I like to put in last, if I didn't say that before. I just think it's easier to line the smallest piece up. And then put this piece down. Like so. And like, imagine how many cards, if you had to make a lot of cards, this would be a really cute card idea that you can make really fast and get a lot made. And I always need thank you cards, guys. That is the one type of card I'm always reaching for. And I send out probably the most are thank you cards. Okay. And then press that. Move this out of the way. I don't think I have do I have a card base for this? Let me see. So then I'll cut a card base real quick. So remember, our card base is 5.5 by 8.5. So we know we have our 8.5, which is this way. So we need to cut our 5.5. So we're going to cut our 5.5. Did I do that right? In my brain that it doesn't look right, but it's right. Okay. And then we're going to score it at 4.25 because that makes it a regular size card base. Okay. Put this back away. My craft table right now, it was all cleaned off and everything was nice and neat. And then I filmed some videos and I trashed it all. All right, so now we're just going to put adhesive on the back. And again, like I said, you can use any type of adhesive that you prefer. This adhesive, the Stampin' Seal, like, it's super permanent. So, and you guys, you could turn this upside down if you wanted to make the design a little bit different. Just turn it upside down if you wanted to. Like, we could do this. It would still look really pretty. Let me line this up better than the last one, because the last one I, like, went really crazy with. But look at that. Look how cute those are. And it didn't take any time at all. Like, we did that super fast. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more card videos, make sure you stick around, click the subscribe button. I will have links to whatever I can link below that I used. And I know that the stamp set is sold out from Echo Park because I tried to get another one to link for you guys and I wasn't able to. So that, unfortunately, I can't link, but I think I can link everything else. I'm pretty sure. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.